Going from $0 to $20,000 a month on Amazon is usually the hardest part of the business. Once you understand all these systems, how to replenish products, and how to source products, the business gets easier. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact framework I use to scale my students and the systems we have in place to grow their businesses past the $20,000 mark. I'm going to show you a 7-step plan of how you are going to scale your Amazon business, and it starts with the foundation. So the very first thing we need to do is open up our Amazon seller account. We're going to have two options for opening this account. One of them is going to be an individual account, and then there's going to be a professional account. The professional account means you will pay $40 a month and you will have unlimited items you could sell, and they will not charge you any fee. When you sell as an individual, you will have to pay a 99-cent fee per product. So after that, you're going to have to complete the identity verification and the account setup. But from there, we can start using our tools and research. But before we get there, I'll show you the exact page you need to be at to start setting up your account. That page is going to be this page right here, and you'll see it says Amazon. We'll sell more with Amazon. We can sign up right here and start selling on their platform. So most people, they try to overcomplicate it, but it really is as simple as just signing up and then getting started. So now, since you've set up your seller account, we're going to get into part 2 of this plan we need. So the next one is tools for the research. So what are we going to be using to find these profitable products on Amazon? Because we're not going to be scanning items in store. We're going to be looking at items online. The two tools you'll need when you first start is going to be Keepa, and then there's going to be SellerAmp. Keepa is your data analytics tool. This is where we're going to see the data of the products on Amazon. We can track price history. We see the sales. We see how consistent an item's selling. We can determine if an item has IP complaints, and it just helps avoiding bad buys later down the line. With SellerAmp, this is only going to be our profit calculator. So through here, we're going to be able to calculate all the fees, our profit, our ROI. It speeds up sourcing decisions, so we can figure out, okay, is this product worth selling after all fees, after all shipping fees? Overall, it's going to help you just have that speed instead of using the built-in app with Amazon. So now we're on part 3. How are we going to find products profitably? And the way we're going to do that is using something called Keepa Product Finder High Offer Count Sourcing. So basically what this strategy is we are putting in an offer count which shows us very hot and high in demand products. So we have products that are very high in demand that also have a lot of sellers supplying that demand. And from there, we're doing a Google search to find one of those products profitably. And then from there, we start our reverse source. So I'm going to show you guys an example of a product I already found doing this, give you the product so now you can reverse source it. And what is reverse sourcing? So reverse sourcing is when we're looking at a seller on Amazon, we found one of their products profitably. That's called warm sourcing. We found one of their products profitably, and then from there we start looking at the other products they're selling to reverse source them. Because when we reverse source their products, we're looking and hoping that this wasn't the only profitable product they found through online arbitrage, and there's more on their storefront. So that's what we're doing in this module. So I went ahead and I pulled up the high offer count search for you guys, and basically what you would do from here is you would filter this by the max offer count, grab an ASIN, and I do have this on one of my YouTube videos, so if you need that, go check it out. We cover more in-depth high offer count sourcing. We can see this bluey guitar or ukulele thing. Grab the ASIN, throw it into SellerAmp, and then from here we Google search this product. We can see it's coming from Walgreens and it says $5.59. So we can come over here. This was actually discounted before, but now it's increased in price. It's okay. $7.99. We get 20% off because there's a 20% off of $50 here. So we can do the $7.99 minus 20%. So we have a $6.39 buy cost. It isn't profitable in the sense that I would want to buy it yet. So what we can do is we can go look at Cardbear. Cardbear is a place where we can get discounted gift cards, and we can see this is coming from Walgreens. So we would type in Walgreens. We can see Walgreens is carrying a 10.5% off right now. So from here, we can add an additional 10.5% off. So we can do minus 10.5%. We can see this product's buy cost is now $5.72. So this product is very profitable in terms of, okay, we can see people are running a 43% ROI. They're finding profit on this product. Now we can go into phase 4 of where we start reverse sourcing this item. Now this product's great, right? But it is not going to be here forever. While right now we do have a 20% off, so it's semi-replenishable. The reason that we chose this product to begin with is because it has 42 offers on here, and it was super easy to find through the high offer count sourcing strategy. So we need more replenishable products, and what we're going to do is starting reverse sourcing this product, because now we are on a warm lead rather than a cold lead. So from this warm lead, we go to Keepa Product Finder, or we go to Keepa again. We can go down here, click Keepa. And then from here, when this just loads, we'll be able to look at the other sellers on this listing currently and start reverse sourcing the items they have in stock. And the reason we're reverse sourcing them is to see in hopes, okay, do they have profitable inventory? That because we found one of their listings profitable through high offer count sourcing, hopefully we can find their other products and they're not as saturated. So when this chart loaded, we can see all the data that Keepa provides for us, and we can see what the price is, what the monthly sold has been, and what the offer count has been. We can see on the offer count side, it has been on a rise quite crazy right now. So I mean, this listing is relatively new, and we can see ever since, maybe it was posted on Walgreens, we can see people have come in stock, and it's only increased in offer count. In fact, it's on the D trend right now, but we can see price is relatively the lowest it's ever been. And from here, we can go to the data section of this product. We can go to the offers. And then what we're going to do is filter these sellers by first seen. And why am I doing by first seen? So I want the newest person to be on the top, because I think the newest person to hop on this listing has bought it the most recently, which means, hey, possibly they sent in an FBA shipment where more of their products are more recent. Let's go through and start reverse sourcing their products, see what they have in stock. So what we're going to do is filter by this first seen, because really, 5 months ago, 5 minutes ago, he was first seen 5 months ago. That means he bought the product 5 months ago. But if we do by first seen, we can see this person bought this product 6 days ago, more likely to be buying it from the same place we just bought it from. So we're going to click on that next gen markets. And then from here, we can go to his storefront. And in his storefront, we can see every single product he's selling, and we can begin the reverse sourcing from here to find more replenishable products that we can sell long term. Keep in mind, this product that he was selling, kind of seasonal. He couldn't have been selling it for more than 5 months, but some of these products he's carrying could have been very, very long, and he's had them for a while. Now we can start the reverse source because we started on a warm lead first. What you do need to understand, though, is when you're reverse sourcing these, not all of these are going to be in winners. In fact, most of them might not be winners. But those few that you do find, chances are they could be replenishable or they could not be replenishable. We're here to source those products, and let's say you find 200 profitable products. From here, not all of those are going to be replenishable, but if you're able to carry at least 10 to 15% of those, think of that, you're carrying 20 products month over month as you're still sourcing month over month. So those replenishables will keep building, and that's why the longer you're in the Amazon game, the bigger your storefront is going to grow, because you're putting in more inputs, you're putting in more reps, and you're doing searches like these. Because keep in mind, this was one product, this is going to be one storefront, and there's many, many storefronts on this listing that we can go through. Because it started on that high offer count sourcing, we have 43 different storefronts to go through, and this was one product on that high offer count source. So we could go into more products on that side, see more profitable inventory, and do more rabbit trail reverse sourcing. So it just leads you into a bunch of products, and this is how everyone is going to build their business when they're first starting, when they listen to what I'm doing. Now that we got our profitable inventory and we found exactly where we're going to replenish our products, we need to go into step 5. So step 5 is, where are we going to send these products? How are we going to fulfill them to the customers? So the very first thing you're going to do is obviously place the order. When the order ships, you're going to have a delivery confirmation once you receive it, and from there you're going to need to do a reconciliation. So you need to see what products actually came versus what you ordered, so you're not losing any money immediately. Because most people, they won't even check to see if they received all their products, and they'll just start selling. They'll count what they have, start selling it, and not realize how much they bought prior to that. And then from here, we also have 2 ways to fulfill these products. One way is through Amazon FBA. And this is where we're sending those products to Amazon, and then they are going to ship and prep the products for us. Or we can do FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, and that means we are shipping the products, we are handling returns, and we are giving it straight to the customers. There's opportunities for doing both, right? When you're doing FBA, realize everything's going to be more hands-off. Once you send out an FBA shipment once or twice every month, you're going to have that inventory that sits there for the month, and you aren't going to have to touch any more inventory. You're just going to sell through what you already have. But with FBM, you are going to be handling the inventory every day. Just keep in mind, while you handle everything every day, you get money instantly every day. You're going to have faster cash flow cycles with FBM. Cash flow cycles are going to be slower with FBA, but you'll have more time freedom with FBA. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your fulfillment model. Going into step 6, we need to understand how these fulfillment models really work. What are the benefits and cons of each? So I'm going to go through in depth real quick. So with FBA, we do have Amazon handling everything for us. So all we have to do is ship it to Amazon in 1 to 5 large boxes. From there, Amazon will go through and they will put your inventory in bins at the Amazon warehouse. Then whenever a customer orders one of your products, they will go through, grab the product, and send it to the customer. With FBM, you will have to have all the inventory space to store all this stuff, because you're going to have it in your house. As soon as you get an order, Amazon will ping you, you will print out a shipping label, and then you will box it up and send it to UPS or USPS. And then from there, it will ship to the customer. And then if they decide to return it, or if there's any issues, it's on you as the ship purchaser to then handle everything. Therefore, when you do it with Amazon, they will have to handle everything. Also understand when you're doing FBA, even though there's more time convenience, it's going to take longer than it would FBM to sell your products in some cases, not every case. Because when you send it FBA, it's going to take at least 1 to 2 weeks before all your different boxes check into the Amazon warehouse, whereas FBM, you're selling it right away, immediately. Another big thing is Amazon can lose your inventory for FBA, and they will not obviously lose your inventory for FBM because you're taking care of it. So keep that in mind when you're choosing each business model and each fulfillment model. We can have a deeper video going in depth about how FBA works versus FBM, but me personally, I like to do a lot of FBA, mainly because of the location freedom and time freedom I'll be able to generate, and then also the fact that if you are pairing all this with a repricer like Seller 365, what ends up happening is you can often price in higher than the FBM sellers when you're selling FBA, because people prioritize the ability to ship faster, right? In FBA, you're going to get that 1 to 2 day shipping, while FBM is going to have that 3 to 5 day shipping. And Amazon really loves it when you have that Prime badge. So chances are they might prioritize you a little more when you're FBA because you were able to do that 1 to 2 day shipping. Then the last step, step 7 of this whole process, is now understanding exactly what you've done from step 1 to 6 and how to recreate it. So once you find that profitable inventory, whether it's the replenishable products or non-replenishable, we have to figure out ways to expand off of it. And like I said, doing this search enough, you'll find enough replenishable products down the line where your business will gradually scale into month 2 and month 3. But the other number one way we're going to continue the growth is expanding into things like brand searching. So that Bluey product we just went over, if you were to take Bluey, the brand, and put it into Keep a Product Finder, there's a possibility we could find more Bluey products. Or let's say Kinder's, for example. This is a seasoning packet that's pretty popular right now. If you take the Kinder's brand, so you put Kinder's into Keep a Product Finder and then you source that entire brand, you'll find all the other online arbitrage listings and expand your catalog that way. You're not expanding it wider, you're expanding it deeper across those brands you want to carry. And just remember, the ability to go from 0 to 20K a month is much harder than to go from 20 to 100K a month. So once you find 5 to 10, 15 of those individual products, if you can expand off of reverse sourcing or these brand sourcings, you will grow your storefront past that 20K mark. And until you get there, keep putting these inputs in, keep putting these repetitions in, because eventually it will pay off. If you guys like this type of content, if you want to see more, all you have to do is subscribe and drop a like. And if you guys are interested in becoming mentored one-on-one, I do have a mentorship program. All you have to do is go check out the first video I posted on this YouTube, and you'll be able to see exactly what I've done for my students and how I've grown my own business. If you guys have anything else, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.